Sometimes what really makes a photo work is the way that you present it online. And with our phones, we've got so many different options available. Now, I really like these white cliffs behind me, but something's not quite right about it. For starters, we're too low down. There's a bunch of trees in the way blocking the view, so I'm going to try and find some higher ground. And as luck would have it, there's a little hill behind us here where the path going up. But as I walked up that path, I noticed that the spiral motion could actually be quite an attractive and alternative way to present this view. So what I've done is decided to film a hyperlapse. Now this is like a time-lapse video where you can speed up some motion. When you're sharing your photos, it's easy to get stuck in a rut where you're sharing still images, but if you can introduce some motion or use some video tricks, you can really improve the presentation. Now here's a case in point. I really like the look of these white cliffs behind me, but for starters, I'm way too low with the trees blocking the view. So in order to clear the view of the trees that are blocking the cliffs, I don't need to get too high up. So I found this little hill here with a spiral path that climbs all the way up, and just going up even a few meters is going to give me a much clearer view than at ground level. But I'm going to use this spiral path to actually record some video of me climbing the hill, and I'm going to speed it up to give it a really fun introduction. And the easiest way to record that is using a Hyperlapse app, and they also let you change the speed of that acceleration process later on, so you can see whether it looks better a bit slower or a little bit faster. The only thing to watch out for is to remember to record enough video at the end of your final view, because remember, once it's sped up, that is going to shorten a great deal. So let's say I'm going to speed it up by 4 times and I want to see that final view for 2 seconds at the end. Well, I'm going to have to make sure that I record at least 8 seconds. So make sure you keep your camera still on that view for a good amount of time at the end. So I'm at the start of the path and I'm in my Hyperlapse app. I'm going to line up my composition, so I've got the beginning of the path, click record, and I'm going. Now, as I walk, it's very important to try and keep at a constant speed. You do not want this video to change speed as we go up. I'm also holding the camera a little lower down at kind of chest or waist height, which I prefer for this first person point of view. It means that the railings pop up into the sky more. And then as I come round to the final view, I'm going to move a little more slowly. Here are the cliffs. I'm going to go over the railing and then actually rest my arms on them for a steadier view. And I'm going to hold it here for about 10 seconds. Because remember, when you speed it up later on, this final view is also going to be sped up. And I want a good look at it, because after all, the whole point of that spiral walk was to introduce this picture. I want to be able to see these cliffs at the end, because that's what this is all about. So in review, here is the hyperlapse that I've just recorded, playing back at 4 times speed. And I quite like the way it's drawing me up the path here, but it's a bit too long and boring. Although just before I speed it up, have a look at that view in the clouds scooting by there. I really like the way that looks. But let's see whether it improves at 8 times. Now you have to remember that you might have enjoyed walking up that path, but your viewers may not. They may find it a bit boring, and it's only there to introduce that view at the end. I'd say it's looking better at 8 times, but let's try even faster still. So this is at 16 times, and I think I've nailed it there. That to me looks best of all. You're drawn in by that path. You think, where are they going? Here it is. There's the view. And again, those clouds going past has really concentrated your attention on that landscape.